Less than a year after man first set foot on the moon, another mission was launched. Apollo 13. It was supposed to be a routine space flight, but something went wrong. Slightly different story of how two astronauts made it back to Earth with a little heroism, some help from an Asian scientist, and their mad calculus skills. This is Apollo 13.5 to the greatest integer.
What the heck was that? This is what we prepared for. This is it. Snap out of it, man. Let's figure out what's wrong first before we do anything rash. Okay, my bad. Looks like oxygen levels are depleting and we're losing the electricity. Yeah. All right. Houston, we have a problem.
Copy that, Jimmy. We're looking into it. Carlos, what's the deal?
The computer's showing a breach in the O2 supply to the main hub, and they seem to be losing electricity. The two are probably related somehow.
All right, Jimmy, come in. You're gonna have to isolate yourselves from the rest of the ship. Looks like you've got a breach in what looks like a malfunctioning fuel cell. You and Freddy, get going.
Isolate ourselves? But that means cutting our losses. No more moon?
No more moon.
Jimmy, we gotta go to the cockpit before it's too late! Let's go! Come on, come on! Houston, we are now cut off from the rest of the ship.
Jimmy, how's your O2 level?
It's stable. How much electricity do we get? How much electricity do we have?
Bad news, Gene. Their power level is seriously low. They don't have enough for telecommunication or power control.
Alright, Jimmy, looks like you'll be flying manually from here on out. We're gonna get you boys home. You hear me? We're gonna get you all home. Alright, team, listen up. We're gonna have to plot the path that the Apollo 13 has to follow in order to re-enter the Earth's atmosphere okay. Here's the Earth. The moon is up here. The Apollo is just orbiting it now. Carlos, you're up.
This is the path here. If they fire the rockets for 8 seconds as they approach this point here, it should give them enough thrust to make it all the way back to Earth. And if my calculations are indeed correct, then they will arrive at Earth right around the Florida Key.
Very nice, Carlos. That makes sense. Alright, we've got to remember they're flying on manual, people. That means no automatic navigation, so we're going to have to get them home some other way. Also, there's no telecommunication since the power's out, so we can't just send them this graph. Mr. Asian Scientist, what's the plan?
name is Stevie.
We don't have time for this, man. Now just tell us the plan.
Fine. Well, if you look at the graph, when tilted slightly, it does resemble a fairly simple parabola. Now, if we could talk the astronauts through the 8 simple steps of curve sketching, then they should be able to replicate this in their own spaceship.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Slow down with all that science talk mumbo jumbo, Mr. Asian scientist. What's all these 8 steps you're blabbering on about?
Well, it's really quite simple. I mean, you did take first year calculus, right?
First year calculus? That was ages ago. How am I supposed to remember something that I pretended to learn way back when Tibet was still Tibet?
That's it. I'm tired of all these Asian remarks. You're an idiot. If you can't do this, I'm not helping you.
Shut up, you! What the? Oh, great! Wait, when we need him the most, Mr. Lazy Asian decides to go for a nap. Well, Carlos, looks like we're gonna have to relearn calculus. Let's go!
Let's go.
Growing up, you don't see the writing on the wall. Passing by, moving straight ahead, you knew it all. But maybe sometime if you feel the pain, you'll find you're all alone. Everything has changed. Play the game. You know you can quit until it's won. Soldier on. Only you can do what must be done. You know in some way you're not like me. You're just a prisoner, and you're trying to break free. I can see a new horizon underneath the blazing sky. I'll be where the eagles flying higher and higher. Gonna be a man in motion. All I need is a pair of wheels. Take me where my future's lying. Send down those fire. Burning up. Don't know just how far that I can go. Soon be home. Only just a few miles down the road. I can make it. I know I can.
Houston, do you have any information for us yet? We've been waiting forever. Hold on, Jimmy. Gosh, that guy. All right, Carlos, what have we learned?
Well, we have been studying for 18 hours so far, but we really have not learned anything.
This is just what I feared.
Hey, look!
What happened?
Finally, thanks for joining us, Mr. Asian Slumber Queen. Are you about ready to describe the 8 steps of graphing a curve or whatever to us and the astronauts?
Okay.
13, I've got some information for you that's going to be crucial in getting you boys home. Get ready to take some notes. Freddie, start taking this down. Yes!
Alright, astronauts. Listen to the 8 steps of curve sketching. This will get you home safe. Ready?
Ready? Yes! This is your chance, Mr. Asian Scientist. Don't screw the pooch.
Alright, boys. I want you to write this down. This is your function. F of x is equal to negative x squared over the square root of x plus 9. Now, we find the restrictions in this way. The domain turns out to be -9 to infinity, non-exclusive. Now we need to find the intercepts. When we plug in 0 for y, the x-intercept turns out to be 0. As for the y-intercept, it is also 0.
Whoa, 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 slow down. They can't get this down that fast. All this mathematics hullabaloo is going right over their heads. Freddy, are you getting all this down?
Yes.
Now we test for symmetry. Now, f of x is equal to f of negative x. That it does not equal to each other. Not even. Do it again. Yet again, we find that it does not equal to each other. Not God. Therefore, there is no symmetry. Now, we need to see if there are any asymptotes. As x approaches infinity of the function, negative infinity over infinity, and that is equal to negative infinity. And after all this junk here, see that this is also equal to negative infinity. So that as x approaches infinity and negative infinity, the limit approaches negative infinity. This means that there are no horizontal asymptotes. Now we test for vertical asymptotes. Now we're going to test only from the right because it doesn't make sense to test from the left since x cannot be even smaller than -9. So the limit as x approaches -9 from the right of the function we test a number that is very, very close to it. That gives us negative infinity. Therefore, the vertical asymptote is equal to x equal to -9.
I can't hear you. Music. I can't. Not now. I can't.
Now, to see where f of x is increasing and decreasing, and whether or not it has any maximums or minimums, we must take the derivative of f of x. So here's the function, and here's the derivative. Negative, 2x, x plus 9 to the power of negative half, plus negative 1.